Welcome, language learners from all around the globe, to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you're just starting your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with all aspects of English life, read by a native British speaker. Together we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website, onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's also about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love for the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, share your own language journey, and as a reward for being so amazing, you will get exclusive content each month. So whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets of Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Get comfortable and let the learning begin. Today's episode is called Telling People About Your Trip. Embarking on a holiday journey is a delightful adventure filled with captivating experiences and unforgettable moments. However, recounting these tales to those who speak a different language can be a thrilling challenge. Fear not. With the power of storytelling and a few linguistic tricks up your sleeve, you can transport your audience to the heart of your holiday escapades. Let's dive into the art of sharing your holiday in English. Adjectives are the colourful brushes with which you paint the canvas of your story. They breathe life into your descriptions, evoking vivid imagery and sensations. When recounting your adventures, employ descriptive adjectives to convey the sights, sounds, and emotions you experience. For instance, instead of simply saying, "I saw a beautiful beach," embellish your tale with descriptors like, "I stumbled upon a breathtaking, pristine beach, adorned with shimmering golden sands and turquoise waves." Furthermore, pay attention to the subtle nuances, adjectives ending in ed and ing. Adjectives ending in ed typically describe emotions or feeling, while those ending in ing depict the qualities of a person, place, or thing. For example, I felt relaxed lounging on the sun-kissed shore. The adjective ending in ed describes my emotion, versus the crashing waves were mesmerizing. The adjective ending in ing describes the waves. Storytelling is an ancient art form that captivates audiences and transports them to distant lands. Embrace the power of storytelling by incorporating elements such as vivid imagery, suspenseful pacing, and engaging dialogue into your narrative. Begin your tale by setting the scene, whisking your listeners away to the exotic locales you visited. Describe the sights, smells, and sounds that enveloped you, allowing your audience to immerse themselves in your world, using sensory details to evoke nostalgia and spark their imagination. Next, build anticipation by weaving suspense into your story. Share unexpected twists, humorous anecdotes, or heartwarming encounters that kept your journey exciting and unpredictable. Keep your audience on the edge of their seats, eager to discover what happens next. Dialogue is another invaluable tool for storytelling. Recreate conversations you had with locals, fellow travelers, or even amusing encounters with language barriers. Use direct speech to convey personalities, emotions, and cultural nuances, breathing authenticity into your narrative. When sharing your holiday adventure in English, be mindful of cultural differences and sensitivities. Avoid stereotypes or generalizations, and instead focus on celebrating the diversity and richness of the places you visited. Respect local customs, traditions, and etiquette that showcase your appreciation for the host culture in your storytelling. Moreover, consider the linguistic and cultural backgrounds of your audience when choosing words and phrases. Clarify unfamiliar terms or cultural references to ensure clear communication and foster inclusivity. As with any skill, practice makes perfect. Hone your storytelling prowess by recounting your holiday adventures with friends, family, or language partners. Experiment with different narrative styles, tones, and language techniques to find your unique storytelling voice. Additionally, seek feedback from your audience to refine your storytelling skills further. Pay attention to their reactions, engagement levels, and comprehension to gauge the effectiveness of your storytelling approach. Holiday adventures in English is a delightful opportunity to captivate and connect with others across language barriers. Harness the power of descriptive adjectives, storytelling techniques, cultural sensitivity, and practice to weave enchanting tales that transport your audience to the heart of your adventures. So let your imagination soar and embark on a storytelling journey that transcends linguistic barriers. Happy storytelling! Here's my example. As dawn cracked over the savannah, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, I awoke to the gentle rustling of the wind and the distant call of wildlife. Emerging from my spacious canvas tent, I found myself surrounded by a panorama straight out of a dream. Zebras grazing lazily nearby, their black and white stripes a stark contrast against the golden grasslands, while graceful giraffes stretched their necks to nibble on leaves from tall trees. The Lion Park, nestled in the heart of Africa, was a sanctuary where humans coexisted with some of nature's most majestic creatures. Each day brought new adventures as they embarked on game drives, encountering lions lounging in the shade, elephants lumbering across the plains, and cheetahs darting across the horizon with effortless grace. I was so excited by every experience. But it was one fateful night that etched itself into my memory forever. As I was walking back to my cozy tent, lulled by the symphony of crickets and distant roars, little did I know that danger lurked just around the corner. There, standing in the paddock, usually filled with zebra and antelope, was a lion. We stared at each other, and the training I had received at the beginning of my stay sprang to mind. Don't run, and don't turn your back on the lions. I was terrified. Slowly, I stepped back towards the area where the staff and other volunteers were congregated. There's a lion in the enclosure, I yelled, met with shocked faces and looks of doubt. We clustered together and returned to where I had spotted the lion, and it was still standing and looking towards the tents. It seemed confused. We were told to return to our tent and not leave. In the dead of the night, the air was thick with tension. We found out that several lions had broken free from their enclosures. Heart pounding, we huddled together inside our tent, the only barrier between us and the wild. Outside, the night seemed to hold its breath, the darkness punctuated only by the flickering beams of flashlights as the brave staff sprang into action, determined to ensure our safety. Hours stretched into eternity as we waited, each rustle of leaves sending shivers down our spines. Amidst the fear, there was an undeniable sense of awe, the raw power and untamed beauty of the African wilderness, enveloping us in its embrace. Finally, as the first light of dawn painted the sky in soft pastels, we heard the triumphant cheer of the staff. The lions had been safely corralled and returned to their rightful homes within the park. Emerging from our tent, we were greeted by a sunrise more breathtaking than any we had seen before. After a long and tiring night, we went to talk to the staff, interested in how the lions had escaped. Though my heart still raced, I couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the unforgettable experience. As I bid farewell to the lion park, its majestic inhabitants forever etched in my memories, I knew that I had been witness to something truly extraordinary. This is a true story, and if you want to see some photos of the escaped lions, head to the written version of the article linked in the bio. As we wrap up another exciting episode of Listen Up, I'm thrilled to offer my dedicated listeners an exclusive opportunity to take their language skills to new heights. Unlock the door to fluency with private lessons with me, tailored just for you. As a token of my appreciation, I'm giving a special 25% off voucher to all my fantastic listeners. Embrace the joy of learning, immerse yourself in a personalized language journey, and watch as your confidence soars. Don't miss out on this limited time offer to make language learning an even more rewarding adventure. Use code PODCAST24 at the checkout and let the linguistic exploration begin. Thank you for joining me on this incredible language learning voyage. Your success is my inspiration.